If I ruled the world, I love 'em, baby.
Hello and welcome to episode 10. We want to jump right into the episode as quickly as we can. But before we do, we just want to go through a few things. We actually want to let's talk about the word of the day, Sam. Do you know what the word of the day is?
The word of the day, I mean, we didn't work this out, but I think you're going to say subscribe.
Yeah, because we were just talking about that before we got in. And we've been doing this podcast. We're trying to figure out the podcast game as we learn it. And as it turns out, it's an important thing to make sure that not only do you have a lot of listens, but what gets you more things is that you have a decent number of subscribers. So we've put ourselves on every podcast platform we can find. This way you can go where you feel comfortable, whether it's iTunes or SoundCloud or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever, and just make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I've been listening to podcasts for years, and those guys always say that, like, hey, subscribe. And I'm like, all right, dude, I got it. And, and here I am, and now I understand why.
Yeah, really, it's basically another word for a like, and you get notified. So since I subscribe to, let's say, whatever podcast, anytime something new content pops up, whether it be SoundCloud, iTunes, or YouTube, I get notified as soon as that episode gets uploaded or whatever gets put on YouTube. So it's just this automatic thing. But I think also, I guess they use it to like rank, and I guess it just looks good. So we're all just fighting for your ear.
Right. It helps move it forward. It helps us grow this thing. And another thing that we've been doing is we started a YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, it has, of course, all the full podcasts. So if that's where you listen to podcasts, and I listen to a lot of podcasts there, you can go there and find them there. But we also have some promos and trailers, but we've taken some of the episodes and we've chopped them down into cool, like 5 or 7 minute things of maybe some of the best parts of the episode. If you don't feel like you want to listen to our guest drone on for an hour or two about himself, there's some cool stuff there. And the way you can find that channel is just search If I Ruled the World podcast. Make sure you put the word podcast in there, because you'll probably get a couple of good songs, but you'll land where you need to be if you put in the word podcast, because YouTube is a perfect example. As we unlock the matrix of YouTube, it's like if you have a certain number of subscribers, you can do this. You unlock that. If you have another amount of subscribers, you can do that. And we spend a lot of time on this. We're trying to maximize everything we can do for the show. So please go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button there.
It's like Netflix. You watch something and you think it's awesome, and you want to tell someone. It's like, oh, Ozark was so good, you got to watch it. So it's like that. Like if you listen to something cool, and if you like the podcast and you think somebody might like it, just be like, hey. And I feel like people have been doing that. So
yeah, we've been
lucky
and surprised and happy, and it's funny how it filters through, and then you're like, oh wait, all the listens are good, but let's to get to some of the things that we need to get to.
Stop with those random friend requests too.
Yeah, a lot of friend requests. But working it on Instagram, doing all the things we do, and then it's like we need that the subscribers and all those things that podcasters talk about all the time. But last thing that I wanted to bring up is we do have a website. And it's, stop me if you've heard this before, it's If I Rule the World podcast.com. It's got news, it's got all the episodes on there, and you could subscribe to the newsletter. And I promise you, I'm not that interested in writing tons of emails, but we have a lot of exciting things coming up. And once things get confirmed, we like to just send out some of the guests that we have, and we've been surprised at what's been coming our way. As we organize it and confirm it, subscribe there too. You'll get an email. You'll stay abreast. And I think that's pretty much about as much as I want to talk about subscriptions.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the website has everything, and iTunes, even Google. But if you're listening to this, you're listening to it anyway. But Google is how I listen to a lot of podcasts. I just type up the name and then I put podcast at the end of it, and usually I get those like play little logos on the side, and that's how I go. So Just welcome to the land of If I Rule the World. Welcome to Podcastville. You'd be surprised how many people have no idea what the fuck a podcast is still, which is cool because that means that we're like at the ground level of something, and I feel they're popping up everywhere now. So it's nice to be somewhere in the first or second floor.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd be able to explain it, but I actually just get a blank stare when someone's like, "What's a podcast?" And then I'm like, I should know how to describe that. Maybe one day I will.
Yeah, we'll work on that for the bio.
But let's talk about Danny Diablo.
Yeah, definitely. The man came out from Jersey all the way to Long Island to talk to us, and you see the videos, and he's like such a larger-than-life character, and you don't know. I mean, I never met the guy, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I couldn't have found a nicer, like, funnier professional, accommodating. The episode's a little chaotic in the beginning because everyone's kind of like having a good time, but then it settles in, and he tells us a lot of really, really, really cool stories that I don't think he's told anyone before, and he was very generous in that way, and I don't know, man, that guy is just he's a character, he's a musician, he's a world traveler, and a legend in the hardcore field. He raps. He wants to do everything. So,
yeah, I mean, he's done a lot, and he got into a lot. And we always like when someone can tell a good story, and they're funny. And he was definitely generous and honest with his answers. And he even had said that he brought up some stuff that he's never really brought up before. So that always makes us feel like, okay, we sat down at the right time, we asked the right questions, and we got a good information and enough to curate and put out as a podcast. And we couldn't thank him enough for it. It felt like it was a day-long travel for him to get to us. And our friend Keith Franco, Elmo, sort of connected the whole thing, and he let us sit in his dining room and hang out and talk shop for quite some time. So we thank him too.
Yeah, thank you. And that's it. Without further ado, let's get into the Danny Diablo episode, which is episode number 10 of If I Rule the World.
Right, King of Queens. Let's do it.
Go.
Episode 10, Danny Diablo, Lord Ezec.
What's up?
What's going on?
Just smoked.
Just smoked. Way to make an entrance.
Thank you, Elmo, for picking me up.
But for the record, let's state where we are. We are in the dining room, I would imagine, of our good friend Keith Franco, Elmo, who set this whole thing up.
Thank you, Elmo.
Anytime. I'm the arranger. Well,
The
not
arranger.
the arranger, the middleman.
The middleman.
The middleman. The guy who gets things done.
You got it
The
done.
turtle.
You're like
Entourage.
Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf.
Get it
You
done.
know?
You picked up Danny Diablo. You brought him here. You brought him here to us
You gotta make things happen.
from Jersey.
Yeah.
You live in Jersey now?
I'm not from Jersey.
You came from Jersey
Came from
today.
Jersey. Like, shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey, Bruce. And
Bruce and Tame One.
right.
Hey, one, they're dope.
Yeah.
But you lived in Long Island for a minute, for a little while.
Yeah. I lived in White Trash, Mastic Beach.
Beautiful.
Shout out to William
Beautiful
Floyd.
Mastic Beach.
That's kind of what started this. To be honest, I was like, I think he's in Mastic now. And I texted Elmo, and I was like, maybe we can make this happen. He's like, nah, he's in Jersey, and you were kind enough to take the trip, and it's quite a trip.
I think that's good to talk to people that are from the same scene. That we know each other for years. I'm
Yeah,
saying
for
we always say this. When you go to a show and you don't know anything about this person, sometimes you don't even know a person's name. You know what I mean? But you see
Then
them
it
for
gets
like
awkward.
for every
George,
see them
by
like
the
10
way.
years.
So, Phil, this is a great show.
Line.
It's a great show, Phil.
Bro, say
I loved your band, Silent Majority.
Yeah.
Great. I love that album.
What I was talking about, it's like I know Mind Over Matter was. So it's always the coolest name out of bands. Like, but it's funny. It's people you see at matinees for years,
Right.
and you don't know who the fuck or what they do. Like, it's like you never see them ever again.
And how about that moment when you got to introduce someone
Like,
and you're like,
oh,
God, I
yeah.
hope this guy jumps in and says his name before I have to just admit that I don't know his name.
Let me tell you, because that happened to me recently, and what I usually do is like you got to just ignore the other person. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like at that point, if I'm talking to someone and then somebody whose name I don't know, like I'm just gonna ignore the person I know, and I'm not gonna introduce them whatsoever because I'm
introduce them. I go.
You gotta
Sam, this is.
You gotta get on the mic.
I just.
You got to move into
Oh,
the
I gotta
microphone.
move. Feel sexy. So I like to be like, this is Ezec and Ezec, and then I just make something up like, hold on, and just wait for them to go. I'm Phil. You know?
Or you just look at your phone. You're just like, I'll be right back.
Or I wait for them to go.
That's the worst.
My name's Denise, by the way, and just like, he's such rude. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm a rude guy.
I did that just at the Hot Water Music Show recently. So thank
Let me ask you guys if you've done this move to your girlfriend or the girl you're with, and you go, all right, if I don't introduce you, just stick your hand out. And
yeah.
you know, I'm not being rude. It's just, and then you say your name, and then they'll know. You know, and then they'll say their name, and then I'll make a mental note.
Every time I go out, my lady and I, we people, it's like, that's because our Instagram and stuff, they think they know us. They're like, oh my God, come up to us. They talk, especially me, they talk to me like, Danny. I'm like, growing up in the hardcore scene as Ezec, my real name's Danny, so they always still, when they call me Danny Diablo, when someone says Danny in the street, I think someone I grew up with, like, personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Punch
They
in
know
the
my
face.
first name.
Right.
Danny, hey, Ben.
I love you, man.
OP.
No, but especially in Europe or something, like, what the fuck? Like, so, I'll be honest. Me and her will be everywhere. It's just my girl models, so it's my beautiful girl over there. Alexandra Rose.
Let's get into some of the stuff. Let's get into you and what you've been up to.
What I've been up to, I just basically.
I actually want to know why'd you leave Mastic, aside from the obvious reasons that.
Mastic Beach was like if you mix Far Rockaway with Arkansas.
Yeah, yo, I said it's dead on, and like anytime I drive on William Floyd, which is only one day a week.
My girl hates it.
Yo, I'm like, am I in Florida, like somewhere? Like that's what it is.
It could be like a mullet guy. It'll be like a mulatto kids running around with Black Sabbath and like a Tupac shirt.
Yeah,
it's fucked up. It is very down south when you go into the whack ass fucking like garage or the bodega, fake bodegas, like you know what I mean? And it'd be like Tupac socks and fucking weed socks and shit. I got my girl got weed socks all the time over there. Remember that, babe?
Yeah, those.
And they'd be smoking crack like with a FUBU on. It's fucked up.
Well, listen. Sometimes
It's for us, by us.
You know. But let's get back. So you bounced from Mastic to Jersey.
So yeah, I'm actually I was like I got a 3-bedroom for $1,500. You can't get that in Queens.
Nah.
I got an A Sharp, the producer. I live in his house, his mother's house, father's house, and the studio's right there, like where the curtains are, like 10 feet from the studio, and my washer dryer's right there, and the studio's right there.
Everything.
So it's like it's cool, you know. Like, and I'm at the age like I only go out for special events, and plus, I also work too. So it's like I got my own label, a real label. I got ILL-ROC Records is more of a movement. You know what I mean, like it was whatever. It's like a label, but it was like more of a movement. But I got a new label called E-Train Records.
Okay.
And basically, I'm signing my first band on the 16th called Concrete Dream. They're like, I'm the face of the label, and we're trying to get the rap rock genre now. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna make a comeback. So I'm like, I gotta be like a real person and get like these young kids. You know what I mean? Because my partners on the label, they're like, you have to get 25 or younger. I'm like, fuck,
we always Sam and I always talk about this because a label in 2018. What does a label do? How do they make money?
Yeah,
it's such a different animal.
I'm telling you right now, like with ILL-ROC, I did everything. I would just put out a record, my label, put the stamp ILL-ROC on it, and just like re-up on CDs. You know what I mean? That's it. I'd sell them on a digital on TuneCore or something like that.
When did you start ILL-ROC?
probably 2007,
I think.
7 or 8. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so, and I would just I would tour so much that I would make my money back. So just wherever I would tour, make money, then put it into the other project person artists. You know what I mean? So it'd be cool. You know what I mean? So I put out Puerto Rican Mike's thing, Panic, Lord Willing. So just a few. We have White Owl. It's like Bunny Blunts. It's cool, but Diggy ILL-ROC put his. It's like I put all the CDs out. I would get them each of them. I'll get 100 each. You know what I mean? And I had a place in California that did everything. That was beautiful. So it was cool. So I just
and it's primarily a hip hop label.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I do hip hop, but so this the thing with a label to me is like I wanted to just get a whole bunch of dudes, just a whole bunch of dudes in the same realm as I like the rap rock, but like almost like hardcore scene dudes. It's not really like I guess dudes can really like rap to Diesel, all these guys, but I wanted to get all my friends and we got a platform and put out there, just like, oh, he's an ILL-ROC guy. It was cool, but the E-Train Records is more of like, like it was signing these dudes and it's called Concrete Dream. These guys are talented. It's like a trap POD.
Damn. Trap POD.
Listen, they kick his thing. White Hennessy's my boy Jeremiah. He's Puerto Rican and Irish. He goes as he used to be known as White Henny and
nice
Jeremiah Mayhem, and he looks like Axl Rose a little bit. So he's Puerto Rican, Irish, and he can fucking. It sounds like POD too.
Danny Diablo always announces everyone's nationality. That's always like it's like a business card. It's like George Reynolds. He's Irish, German, Polish. He looks a little a little too white for my taste. But
I'm Colombian Dominican.
He asked him. What are you? Before we plugged in.
What are you? Before I had I might have to leave.
Yeah, I might have to. Next time I say your name, I gotta say your nationality.
So basically, so growing up, you know what? We do that, right? People in California don't say anything. They're all white. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you're white? I'm white. I never really heard. So now, but it's weird out there. It's all segregated. It's like just white people and like Mexicans and blacks. You know what I mean? It's weird out there. Everything's segregated.
It's very segregated. No, right?
It's like
it's like prison yard rules.
It's fucked up. Bro.
It is, right? Yeah, it's like San Quentin, like on the street.
It's fucked up, bro.
Like you're talking about like ILL-ROC being like hip hop, and then this new band. What I like about the new stuff, like the all these like newer hip hop dudes, they incorporate that trap music, but they all grew up on this like rock music.
Yeah,
so it's weird. It's like they have these influences, and it comes out something different.
You hear the like I was like Post Malone and all these.
Post Malone, that's what I'm saying.
But they're talking about the rock stuff, but all of a sudden they'll do some weird like it's like really just talking, but like melodic talking, right?
Melodic talking, right? Because it's not singing.
It's like Barry White. It's like Barry White. It's like Barry White, but now he was like,
I can't stand any of that.
Well, but I want to tell you something. The world, like these young kids are all fucked up. A lot of these kids are doing like so many, like they're on drugs.
You know who I hate?
Like hold on, on drugs and everything. And basically, they think it's cool now. They think it's cool to fucking.
Well, they're promoting a lot of like Xanax and like
it's
a
just
lot
fucked up. They're all dying from
that 6ix9ine kid. I can't stand him.
He doesn't know anything.
I don't get it.
There is a record in the ether called Drugs, Money, Sex. Just I'm just saying.
And drugs, music, sex. But my more was like a Viking, like going crazy, like exploring new places. These kids just staying home doing that.
Now, what nationality is that Viking, though?
Oh, man. I call myself a Puerto Rican Jew.
Good. Just making sure. just for the record, throwing it in there. So, but yeah, it's funny. You know what it is too, man. If you remember, Motley Crue was the same shit. Motley Crue was, like that whole strip. They were making like this music that everyone liked, but they were fucking like killing Razzle from NYHC.
Yeah,
they were all wilding.
Yeah.
They were wilding, getting their dick sucked and all this other shit, doing drugs. And now it's like a new generation, and it's like they're not playing rock music, but they're influenced by it, and they're doing this stuff. So it's just everything just moves on, man. That's it. And it's like so you're tapping into that because you Danny does what he does, but if you're going to start a label, you got to look at other things.
And, this is what I'm saying. Like, I know dudes who are great musicians, and they start their own label, but they won't put anyone else. They won't sign anyone like that will compete with the sales or better than them. You know what I mean? I'm like, why would you even have a label for it? It's like, dude, we know you're dope, but you gotta get someone else. You know what I mean? It's like a last. You need it's like almost like you have a label just to say, yeah. I picked a lot of artists that are really, really dope, and no one even know who they are unless I put them on something or I put them on a song with me. And then they blew up. Or I remember knowing who Slain was, and Slain did a song with me on one of my records. You know what I mean?
Satanic Shamrocks.
Yeah, and that he blew the fuck up. You know what I mean?
He fucking is one of the best. I remember we used to always play Rich Man, Poor Man. I'm like, this fucking guy is ridiculous. So definitely, Slain is one of those dudes, and you do feature a lot of people that I don't even know their names. Yeah. So I'm like reading it, and they
you bug out because like some of these dudes, a lot of dudes I fuck with, like old dudes I used to be big and one, they fucked up somehow, and they come back, and they come up there, and they come up to me, they don't they just crazy shit with me, so they're like, yo, and they're dope, and some of these guys just like need to get something out, you know, and then like I got a
Sean Wallace.
Yeah, I got Diesel, who's dope. He was signed. Well, Snow signed him and all that back in the day.
Snow.
Snow, but my boy Diesel, he killed. He's dope, and my boy, I just did a song with Diesel and Joe Fatal, who was a Nas Live on the Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
So, and he does a magazine called Fish and Grits, and my girl and I gonna be honest, it's like. The last one was Fat Joe. They had a thing, and it's like rappers and like porn stars and strippers and stuff. So my girl and I gotta do
some of my favorite things.
Yeah, some of my favorite things.
Just gotta incorporate food.
So my girl, Alexandra Rose and I are gonna do one. So it's gonna be cool. Like do I don't know.
What do you think about like budgets now? Like obviously people don't sell as many records. Everything is in a stream, but making music is so cheap now.
Oh yeah.
You know, we could sit here and just make a song and put it out. So you're not going to the studio. I remember we were recording on 2-inch. We were doing all this shit, and like we were paying studios. I interned at Institute of Audio Research. Yeah. And for audio engineering, and then I realized I was like, wait, I'm not gonna make any money.
Shout out to AI.
No, actually, that was different. There was one on Long Island. This one was in the city. But now you don't make as much. So does it almost like level off? Like you can make it so quick, and you could always get some money.
My thing is also it's so much easier to put something out and make money on it. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah. But my thing is like, I guess I always, if I had the stuff like today, I don't know. It's like I think I needed to have someone else show me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. Like whatever. I'm not a computer person. You know what I mean? I still play DVDs. You know what I mean? It's like and CDs. You know what I mean?
We gotta get you a Fire Stick ASAP.
I got I got Fire Stick.
Okay.
So
you should have seen the commotion of trying to get the Wi-Fi password that happened before we went on. There was
I'm horrible, right?
Commotion.
So I can't do it. I got Amazon
Elmo
Fire Stick.
Danny, we're all just
Roku. I got Roku
running around trying to get the. What's the password?
He's like a caveman with a rock.
My girl. I just turned 46. My girl's 25. So that's how I do
Always
it.
keep them 10 years younger, Danny.
Right, baby. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Keeps up on the technology for him.
Well, listen, it don't matter as long as you roll with someone who knows it.
Yes, she does all my stuff. I can't.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm a patient, especially like
It's like, honey, I'm gonna beat up this tape deck if you don't fix it.
As it has happened.
But yeah, so like I said, from Mastic
Yeah.
to Jersey, and like, so what have you been doing? Just making music? I know you just put out something called Crackson Heights.
The Crackson Heights project on Force 5 Records was just through Eternal Sound from Germany. So it's like it was cool. It's called the Crackson Heights project because I went to show people where I'm from Jackson Heights, and it has a lot of cool stuff. It's an album. It's a hip hop album, but my rap music is different from a regular rap artist. My thing is more like they call it gangster, whatever it is. My shit's more like I think if you're a hardcore kid, you like a metal kid, you like my shit. You would like my shit. This is hard music.
You can hear the sort of the origin
yeah,
of it, like where it comes from.
I'm a street kid. I listen to hip hop before I even listened to hardcore. You know, from Jackson Heights. So I went backwards. I got into I was into hip hop a lot, like early 83, 84. Then I got into metal from my friend Teddy Rhodes, lived across the street from me. He's like from Jackson Heights, Ecuadorian kid. Got me into metal. Got into me Ozzy. Got me into fucking Dio.
Yeah.
He got me into even like bands like what's it called, Loudness and
Damn, the Japanese.
stuff like that.
They're still putting out shit.
Killer Dwarfs and stuff like that. It's just weird, like Rush. He got me into all that fucking stuff, like metal stuff. Then I got into metal. I'm a little stoned, guys. So I got to metal.
You won't tell no one.
And basically, then in '87, and some of my boys like, "Yo, listen to Chromax." And I got to hardcore.
I think like a lot of people got into hardcore with Age of Quarrel.
Yeah, and that, stuff is so that. But I'm a hardcore kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, like I've been everywhere else, but the New York hardcore scene, I consider home.
What would you say is the first album, hardcore album?
The first show I ever went to, Sasha Jenkins took me with Chaka for Burn, and we all went to high school together, Bryan High School, and they took me to I think it was Raw Deal and Bohemian Banquet.
Where was this?
L7. No, so and Raw Deal, and so I forgot the other band, but Underdog. I think it was crazy. Yeah, it was 87.
Do you feel like your first show was like the first hardcore band you ever saw? Because for me, it was walking into Sundance, hearing the crazy ass stories about this place, and then I'm finally in, and I've listened to hardcore. And it was my first show, and I walk in, and it was Nuclear Assault, Exodus, and Leeway. And when I walked in,
I was that show.
And when I walked in, it was like it was wintertime. I had this big jacket on, sweating, and I was too scared to take it off. I was like 15, and I was just like waiting, like pure mayhem, and it was just crammed. And I see Eddie Leeway, and he's on, and he's got that bone outfit, and it was like nothing I ever heard before, and I was just blown
around,
away.
Jumping on
and
stuff.
I think that's why that is one of my favorite bands, because it's like the first thing
it's
that
like
drew
that
you
scene
in.
in The Wizard of Oz where it goes from black and white to color. You know, and it just everything.
So I'm like
changes.
always curious
And
when people their first band they see.
What a
lineup.
lineup.
I was CBGBs and seeing like Underdog and Raw Deal, and I was like, man, people fighting, and I was like, oh, because I was listening to music because I love. You go from the thrash metal, it's the Cro-Mags and the Leeway and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you find Killing Time.
It's like a bridge.
Then you're like, oh shit. Then Underdog was like, oh shit, it's reggae and fucking almost like hip hopish. And then it was like to hear the Iceman. It was like, what the? That was like it was like Black Sabbath and fucking. But it was hard. It
was
like
all those
Ozzy,
bands coming out of
yeah.
Brooklyn and Queens, like Long Island Kid.
Yeah.
And then hearing like Maximum Penalty.
Oh,
and you said
amazing,
like the Iceman and all this stuff. There was a tiny like bit of hip hop influence without rapping. It was like rhythmic.
Groove,
it was a little bit of soul and groove,
attitude,
just in the singer alone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and that thing was like just so. You know,
it was a street.
It was coming up together. It was birthed around the same time.
And plus, I did graffiti, so basically, I was like, when I went to CBGBs, I was like, oh shit, I'm out of Queens. I'm just like 15-year-old kid from Queens. Think about it. And now in Manhattan, and there's dudes, there's other crews I know from the trains and streets. And I see their tags at the CBGBs. So I'm like, oh, then I have beef with some of these guys. I don't know who they are, but they probably know I got red hair or some shit like that. You know?
Hey, he must be Irish. He's from around here. What side?
So it's like it was crazy, bro. It's like the thing that really got me. It was like almost like a high because I never did drugs or anything when I was a young kid. You know what I mean? So, and going to CBGBs and I see fucking like dudes like I say it right now. I always talk the truth. You know, it's like some people hate someone. They talk shit about the person, but seeing Harley Flanagan as a little kid, with shirt off and fucking and plug clot and just like, hey, Leeway all fucking crazy looking, you know, and see all these dudes.
it was crazy.
And I was scared. You know, it's like scared, but I was like, oh my God, but I did it. I came here by myself, took the train from Roseville, Jackson Heights, and got in the city, and I'm at Bleecker Street, by the 6th train, and I'm at CBGB's where my mom used to hang out. Because my mom's from Spanish Harlem, and she used to go to the Lower East Side all the time. So it was cool to hear her stories. I'm like, oh shit, I'm here. You know?
Yeah. Shout out to St. Mark's, my favorite.
Yeah.
Nino's Pizza.
Yes.
Come on, man. I know. Alphabet City.
Hell yeah.
I was over there. There was, because none of us are from the actual, from Manhattan area. So, but to me, there was something super magical. As a kid, obviously, I was a little younger. So in the '90s, I was going in, and man, what a city and everything that's going on to absorb it all, man. I never fell out of love with Manhattan.
When you were a kid like me, when we first started going to Manhattan, 14, 15, did you have the same route that you stuck with at first?
Yeah.
Our route was we come over the bridge, we go down CBGB's 3rd Avenue, and then every once in a blue, you'd venture out
Almost
and
literally
expand.
writing it down.
Yeah, I'm drawing a map. But
He got stick figure, X's and O's.
you would know the exact, and then we wound up.
When you find the other route, there's so much half a 12 hours, I would cut
I'm just saying we were driving. We weren't taking the train, so we would drive. But we would follow the same route, and then finally we'd be like, let's go explore a little more. And then then they'll start going to shows like the wetlands. You're like, oh, this is a whole new little tucked away area.
It
you
is
start knowing. And then
we would always.
where did they have the hookers on the West Side?
West Side Highway.
No, but do you what club was right there on the West Side Highway?
The Fever.
I can't. It was
Rooftop.
No, I can't. Remember
Mars.
Prong played there. I can't remember the name, but it was right next to. It was on the West Side Highway, and Prong played
The Marquee.
there. Yes.
But I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
Danny, we're always interested in origin stories.
Yeah.
And I've picked up
absolutely.
a little bit of your origins, beginning of you getting into hardcore, beginning of you getting into bands, beginning of you getting into DMS.
Yeah.
And even, out here on Long Island, and of course Elmo, would tell you Archie Calafatas was a big deal.
Rest in peace,
SIB.
Archie. Yeah.
And we sort of I was growing up on Long Island. I would go into shows. I knew about DMS, but I didn't know anyone in DMS. And as I got older, I knew some guys, but I was always curious, where DMS started, where, that all came from, what it was, what it is now.
When it started, we were kids from Jackson Heights. We went to hardcore shows, so the other kids were there. But it was my boy Gier, which I basically haven't seen in years, and now me and him we were in a book together and stuff like that. So and Gier is one of my good friends from Jackson Heights, and I started hanging out with him. My boy JM was my Demetrius. He's my best friend since I was 3 years old. We were in the neighborhood, and we started. These guys sent issue, they're skinheads. My boy JM had long hair. It was listen to Slayer, Greek guy, and I was shaved head, but I wore a triple fat goose and a fisherman hat and stuff like that. And I became friends with Hoyer and MQ. So one day I was this is a crazy story. So one day,
that's what they love. That's what we.
So first time I ever met the DMS guys, Gier was like, "Hey," I bumped him somewhere. Come down to the yard. So I come down to the yard. There's all these dudes, and basically we started talking, blah blah. Then all of a sudden, one day I'm on. It's 1987, and I bombed 69th Street and Fisk on the 7 train. I did fill-ins, my first fill-ins on the 7 line on the station. So I went back the next time with a 110 Instamatic Kodak camera. And it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. And I jumped on the tracks. I was taking pictures 2 in the afternoon of all my stuff. So people were there, and all of a sudden, I jump. I'm on the train tracks on the platform. I see a white guy with DA, yo, where you write? I was like, where you write? Where you write? We start arguing at each other, and people were walking around and nothing. I'm like, where you write? We're talking shit, right? He goes, I go, Ezec. He goes to me, MQ. And I was like, oh, what's up? So we blah blah blah. Hey, we start talking. All of a sudden, and I get out. I go meet my boys, and we're at Numbers of Records on 37th Avenue. And I bump into this guy. I see this chubby guy look at me all hard, skin out. It was Hoya. So I was like, "Fuck this fucking fat motherfucker." So me and my boy KMA to meet you as well, like staring him down. We were like looking at each other, and we became. But this, we're like, yeah, whatever. He says that, but like he punked us out. Hoya tells people. I tell him that I punked out Hoya. So I think I'm telling the truth. So whatever it is, I love you, Hoya, but
We gotta invite Hoya.
I just checked something on the.
So
Let's get this straight.
Shout out to the Smoking Word.
I love you, Hoya. So basically, I saw what's it called? There's a CMQ. And there's all manner of 24 hours. I CMQ. When people then I bump Cheers tells me come down. Then I bump into that day later night. The CMQ. I saw Hoya. I didn't know Hoya and MQ even knew each other. Whatever. The next day, I meet Jier at the I told him to come down, and he's with Hoya and MQ. And all of a sudden, like, yo, what's up? This is Ezec. I go, what's up? And we started talking. And all of a sudden, some dudes from the neighborhood, this Irish kid, Mobe, M-O-B-E. And Mobe, and I forget the other guy's name, but they had beef with me. So Mobe was like the crazy Irish kids. So they come up.
Nationalities?
Yeah, so the
Irish,
skinheads, Mobe and I forget the other kid's name, but Mobe goes, yo, bro, I heard, yo, you Ezec? I said, what's up? And he goes, I was like, yo, you went over me. And I looked at Hoya, I looked at MQ. I just met these niggas. I go, so what? And we all started laughing. And the guy was like, is there a problem? And he left. But when he left, we were like, oh shit. We all saw everything. We were like, yo, tomorrow's meet. And we became best friends. That's how we became friends.
Awesome.
How weird is that, right?
That's great.
It was like we were just mad. Those guys, we're kids. I was like thinking, tell me. The guy was like, yo, from my neighbor. He's like, yo, you went over me. I was like, and what?
You know a story I love that you should tell with the street sign with the javelin. No, man, you can do that.
Yeah, I can do a whole bunch, but I'm saying that so that's funny. That was all hardcore related. I'm just trying. I know it wandered off and everything, but it's hardcore related. I'm in Queens taking pictures of my defaced property. And I'm jumping in a train tracks in midday taking pictures. And my life was. I didn't realize how crazy I was, but. Why made me go jump on the track? And I know the third, you know what I mean? Think about it. And people, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and people coming from school. And I didn't care. I just wanted my pictures, but he was talking shit there. I could have had people to do. I didn't know. You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't care. It was it was life, and everything was like new to me. I knew that I didn't want to stay on my block. You know what I mean? Thank God for hardcore music. It brought me all over the world. Like 3 times over. People talk, bands say they tour and all that. Yes, that's nice and everything. But I toured. You know what I mean? I do different things. I tour every year. I tour in my downtime from different projects. And it's like, my tours are different. I go out and talk to the kids. I hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like fucking party with them back in the day. So it's like, these other bands, they don't do nothing. They stay on the bus like, oh, I can't want to go home. It sucks. This place sucks. Yeah, but this place made you millions of dollars because your band in Queens is not going to make you money at all. So so thank God these European motherfuckers love your band.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a hardcore ethic.
Oh, my God.
That's different than, all the other music that we grew up on.
Yeah,
we love some of it, but a hardcore ethic is you talk to your fans, you hang out with them.
It's cool because I went to CBGB's came back and I couldn't believe the singer made eye contact with me. You know what I mean? And it says hello to me. You know, before that I went to a few concerts. I guess Iron Man, he wouldn't give a fuck about me. But I love Blues tickets to Steve Harris. But they say, hey, they can't even see me. I'm in the blue seats. Yeah.
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 Yeah, so.
I love me some Maiden. But going back, we're talking about origins. Just out of curiosity, do you remember like what was like a vocal influence or like 1 or 2 that like you saw and you were like, man,
I'll tell you the dudes that are very influenced in that kind of. Well, in hardcore, there's other music like
whatever.
Like, I'll tell people to laugh. The things that fucking influenced me in life, like she laughs, like for the different age, different generations. Like I let her watch Conan and Crush Groove, B Street. I said these are the movies that made Lord Ezec. Conan, Crush Groove.
I'll just say this: my girlfriend made me turn off
Scarface.
You got to put a DVD list. together.
My girlfriend
What
made me.
Ezec?
My girlfriend's 8 years younger, and she made me turn off Gremlins. So that's
Oh, I was talking about Gremlins to her. She's like,
best movie
listen,
ever.
I showed her the thing. She goes, "Oh, it looks like what do you say?" I was like, Furbies. I was like, "Yo, Furbies a whack ass bite of Gizmo." They're like, so stop that.
Yeah, no, the
Right? I was like, Furbies. What the fuck is
Gremlins
that?
are OG. Yeah, your influence.
My influences always like music wise. Ozzy, I love his voice. Run DMC. I'm talking about Crush Groove. When he was on the Crush Groove, and he goes, when he's a dick, remember, he goes, whose motherfucking house is it? So you get a whole bunch of people on the stage before, but you came in and said, it's my fucking house. I was like, I want to be like that. Like, dude, when Run picks the mic stand, throws it, like Run DMC's crazy, he's in Queens. I was like, yes. That influenced me a lot. Also influenced me was like Killing Time. Celtic Frost influences me so much. I love Celtic Frost.
Tom G. Warrior.
What else? There's so much else. This guy's making the schematics or something over
This
here.
is
Listen,
So Celtic Frost.
Celtic Frost.
Celtic-
Hellhammer. Celtic Frost. I love Celtic Frost.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
So Celtic. A lot of people don't know that, but Celtic Frost. Ozzy influences me a lot too. But Mike Muir. Suicidal. His voice, like we're talking about, wasn't hip hop, but it was like a groove.
it had groove, and like you even like the swag
Said
was
join
like
the
very
army,
much.
but they were gang members. He was suicidal, which was a real gang. People don't understand.
Right.
And he could play for a whole fucking year because it was a whole crazy. But a lot of suicidal guys became Mongols. So there's a big war going on. So they're like it's what are you doing, bro?
It's a habit. I have a legal pad in front of me, and it's from court. I have a habit of pretending to jot shit down.
You're
like-
innocent, man.
Yeah,
It's all good. You're
I'm
innocent.
almost literally taking notes.
Yeah.
It's a habit I have. It's
I'm
a
like,
habit.
what's he doing?
It's
So
from divorce court.
Yeah, Mike Muir, man. Mike Muir.
Mike Muir.
And shout out to Mike Muir.
Just for the record, anything
One more-
you say can and will be used against you in a court.
But don't worry, I have my
Elmo.
legal pad because I'll defend you.
I love that the Suicidal and Murphy's Law got that opening slot for the Misfits.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That's right.
Yeah.
And Harley.
and Harley.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
How do you do that? He just came. That's why whenever it closed, it was close. Oh God, my God! Think about that.
Oh boy.
God, I'm definitely going.
You have $800.
I'll get right in there. All right.
Moving on.
No,
Any graffiti beef stories?
No, wait, hold on. Wait, talk.
no. Yeah, I love like the influence so far. So, but what was the specific moment that you decided to start or join a band?
It's great. I'm thinking about this. When I was a little kid in Queens, I hung out with this guy called Mike Cooney. He played in Oceans of Mercy and Discipline, the band I was in. So Mike Cooney, he was my boy. We all worked at Seatown together in Crackson Heights. So I started playing with him. He was more of a metal guy, but he loved Crumb Suckers and like crossover Leeway. So he's a metal Exodus. So I was like, when I heard Leeway, that those were the bands I wanted to be like. It was like hardcore punk is cool, but I never considered myself a punk rocker. People like punk. I always like we beat up punk rockers. It's stupid, but it's like who I was, like smacking them, like, oh, I'm all fucked up with drugs. And fuck you, beat them up for no reason. Yeah. So my thing was more like I was like a b-boy hardcore kid, and but I loved like the metal. Like to me, the best thing I ever had with the punk rock was a metal guitar player made it hardcore. You know what I mean? It's like the sound and the like Crumb Suckers to me was like this like one of my big influence also like the first Crumb Suckers album like oh shit I was like what the fuck I mean like it was just hard I mean it's like like the voice like it was fucking crazy it's like
And that was like the time of the crossover. The
yeah,
crossover.
crossover hip hop became really big and when time the crossover came up like Eric B. Rakim, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane like that like it's I'm so happy it came through those years. Graffiti is all in one. It means like it's one big street thing.
86, 87.
Huge. 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Those are the years of me the best music and best stuff that happened on the streets.
And you feel like those are like the formative years, and those are the things that made
made me
Danny Diablo who he is.
I just love hard music. But also I also love
Cranberries.
Dolores O'Riordan.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
right?
R.I.P.,
Poor-
R.I.P..
man, that's so sad. Like,
Yeah.
it's sad. You think that someone, like,
She's 46.
yeah, same age as me.
Yeah.
And who would ever think I would outlive her? I mean, the thing like
Probably no one.
You know what though? You did it.
Yeah,
You did it.
All these guys,
Did it-
all
you
these
did it
guys,
well.
Keith Richards.
yeah, listen, all these guys, all these dudes are like they're like here today, gone tomorrow. I'm still here. I've been listen. My journey in music. Everything I did this. I got signed by Travis Barker. I got signed by Suburban Noise. I got signed by fucking Tim Armstrong. You know what I mean? I went out by myself in 2001 and with the Scarhead, the Thug, 2001 Thug Odyssey. I went out to L.A. and I met these people, and I said, I'm going to do the same thing the Soul Assassins did with DMS.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Muggs.
That's one of my best friends.
Yo,
So-
DJ Muggs and Mayhem Loren put out
Yo,
the
shit
best,
is amazing,
the
right?
best
The
hip
first
hop album
song,
of last year.
like,
Woo!
he recorded that a while ago.
God
Yo,
damn.
so, but Muggs is good. Muggs got me and Muggs did like 2 songs already, but on my new stuff, FTW, Muggs is gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. We have 3 beats already. I have a side project called FTW for the Wicked. I mean, so it's like it's me, Tony Slippers from Long Island, and
I just saw him at the
Script Keeper
detention
from
show,
Long
I
Island.
think.
Script
Pretty sure.
Keeper.
And you were really embraced by the West Coast. Like, you grew up here. Everything
up-
out of you is Queens,
but-
New York. But
yeah,
there's
out there.
Travis Barker, Tim Armstrong, and that whole...
Esteban Oreo and
Sick Jack.
Mr. Cartoon. Sick Jack is one of my best friends.
You were in the El Barrio.
Yes, that's my house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I live right next to Sick Jack and live down the block. And
I sent them a video. I was like, yo, why is Ezec in this Sick Jack? Like, years ago, I'm like, did I just see Ezec? Because I knew he was friends with you. I'm like, how did he end up in this video? And then I saw like the connection.
Sick Jack is to me, is one of the best underground rappers out, especially on the West Coast.
And do you want me to tell you who put out the other best hip hop record?
Razzcast?
War Porn Industries.
Yeah. Oh, yo.
That's Sick Jack
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Everlast
And
fucking
Divine Styler.
The production on that.
Yo, listen. Everlast, yo, Sick
stepped
Jack
up.
kills everybody. Everlast, yo, I was like, yo, people get mad at me because I'm not really. I give props to Eminem, but I'm not really big. I don't relate to Eminem.
Okay.
It's weird because people bug out on me because they think I'm an Irish guy. You know, but they don't know
That would be my guess.
Yeah. But I'm Puerto Rican and Jewish, and my mom's a Puerto Rican black. You know, so my thing is like I grew up Puerto Rican Jewish, which is in my world is not white. People the way to talk to you, especially like like someone. When I talk about what people think that to me I relate more to Everlast because Everlast is one of my boys, but I relate to Everlast more than Eminem. I don't care about the Midwest. I don't care about Detroit. You know what I mean? I got mad love in Detroit, but I'm from Queens. You know what I mean? So and Everlast is from Long Island. He's raised out. He was born in Long Island, then moved to L.A. when he was like 12 years old. Yeah, down the stream. Yeah.
Then became a rhyme syndicate with
Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Ice-T, and he was killing shit since '88. Everlast. I mean, and then I got the knack. It was like the pretty boy thing.
Everything.
Yeah, and Everlast. Tell you right now, I work for him. You know how people say he was the first person I know that never wrote anything down. This is his mind. Like Jay-Z, he did way before Jay-Z did. You know? That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Right? And he can spit, man. He kills.
War Porn Industry record.
Kills.
Unbelievable.
The videos are dope.
Divine, the videos are amazing.
Yo, Divine
Divine
Styler.
Styler killed it. He took Dazed and Confused
Yo,
and shot it.
they put that free because they never clear those.
No, he couldn't clear the
Yeah,
samples.
the same.
He couldn't clear the samples. That's why they got to do the mixtape
Yeah,
version.
but
And that's the one thing about hip hop that I find interesting is because to me, like I love samples. Like samples are what I love, and now I think musicians are chasing that nickel, so they're not quick to clear those samples.
Move away
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, which sucks.
And they'll kill you. They'll get you now because everybody's registered and they can't. When you put out it's crazy, bro. But Sick Jackin, it's not one. It's one of my good friends. Muggs and Jackin. People think it's like when I see Madball, Germany, they think just like we met. And we just do music together. And they don't know that Hoy is my best friend since 14 years old and 15 years old. We're best friends. Like we live with each other through high school. You know what I mean? Like Like when my brother fucking killed himself, they were there. When Hoy's sister died, I was there. When MQ got stabbed, I was the first one there. When I got stabbed, MQ was there for the first one. It's like that. It's like we're family, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, and I consider Sick Jackin and Muggs family because whenever they come here, you know, like. Mugs to go to the Sick Jackets ate dinner at my mom's house. You know, like it's like people don't understand that about us. Like we look at we did Jack and I did a song together, but we're boys. You know what I mean? Like he has 8 kids. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Yeah. That's I love Sick Jack is my man, but he's one of the best of the West Coast. I know so many. Like when I went out there, I mean all these rappers like that love hardcore and hip hop. Rocka Irish Science.
Of course, Dilated Peoples.
You know,
I was listening to the new Evidence record today.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, Rocka brought me on stage and said like if it wasn't for this guy, I would never do music. He loves Crown Thorns, his first band. He named his solo project Crown Thorns, the album.
Oh wow.
You know, so he just did a song with me. And Rocka and that guy got 2 Grammys. You know what I mean? Like think about it. Dilated Peoples. He's so dope. Razzcast, I bump into like dudes I would never thought. We listen to each other's music, and it's funny because like I rap. I'm not a fucking rap. I'm a hardcore dude. You know? I'll kill anything hardcore. But these guys are like I consider Razzcast and Rock Out Sales just as good as like AZ and fucking or Nas. I mean, no, seriously, like lyrically wise.
Razzcast, amazing. Absolutely.
Well, Planet Asia, those dudes are dope, bro.
Yeah,
you know
well, Planet did the record with Muggs too.
Yeah, that's
speaking
my boy too.
Of Crown of Thorns, I think you guys just put out like 2 new songs, didn't you?
That was like 2 years ago. It's called Nothing But Tragedy.
Yeah,
It put on what's the Bridge 9?
Really? Was Mike a part of that too?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
No, there's 2 songs there. Like there's 2 songs there. Like there's 2 songs there. There's only 2 songs on a 7-inch, and basically, it was some dope songs. It was like I just came out of rehab. When I did, like so, I went to rehab because I had my ex show that like just to shut the fuck up so I could go. You know, like all right.
It's like a good faith rehab.
Yo, you gotta go rehab when you're sucking dick or fucking like selling a TV or something like that.
You were just going to appease.
I had to go in like what were you addicted to? Oh, like I wasn't addicted to anything. Oh, you like strippers and fucking cocaine? Who doesn't? You know, like just like.
Fair enough.
It is a hard thing to turn down. And I'm 19 years sober, and it is very, it would be a very hard thing to do. So.
You know what I mean? It's like in my life, I'm not
It's a Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
Is it cocaine and strippers or cocaine or strippers?
So.
It goes to one hand in hand. But just saying, like it's like I you do things to just like to.
But why do it under Crown of Thorns? Like
because we were Crown Thorns, and I was like, I need to do something. The Scarlet's cool and everything, but Wild Incident I did also, but I need something to do more.
Oh yeah, the Wild Incident, very, very like old school hardcore.
Discharge meets Black Flag.
We were listening to.
I said I was thinking very SST.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My thing was like I never did
Great
anything
name,
like that.
by the way.
Sasha Jenkins, one who I grew up with also.
I keep thinking you're going to say Sasha Grey, and you always
Yeah,
you always say
that's
Jenkins.
our training right there. Back to me and Sam are
It's
very
a Rorschach
alike.
test.
That's for our side podcast.
That's all I keep hearing.
Yeah, that's
So,
all about food.
Yeah, and then Mike's doing a band too now with Q Unique.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Speaking of
Good,
the mixture,
he has a good set of hair, Kunik.
yeah, definitely. So
love that guy. No, Kunik is my boy. I love Kunik. He had a band with Fieldy before.
Yeah, Stillwell.
Stillwell. He did
the Arsonists.
Arsonists is amazing. You know, come on. It's like
they were them and Nonfiction were the 2 hip hop groups. They were signed to Matador Records.
They get the contacts in. Remember the crazy video with the
absolutely
dope.
Yeah,
Kunik's my boy, bro.
So
why we do the music as Crown Thorns because the songs. Those 2 songs, it was something I was like, I gotta write something that's fucking that means something to me. I just came out of rehab and I was like, yo, I killed these 2. The lyrics are so dope because I wrote all those lyrics in rehab.
okay.
I was like sober for 30 fucking days, missing my son and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, in L.A. when I moved away, I said I don't want to move. I moved to Ridgewood, Queens, and I was like a few blocks in a rehab from where I had a house in L.A. I was like, well, I'm a scumbag. Like this is what my life is. But I wrote these songs that really, like, we listen to the lyrics and like, oh shit, you understand? Like I'm second doubting things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I'm
that's-
going reflecting on like stuff that happened in the past, why I did it. I mean, or being kind of like an asshole too. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, first and foremost, like, we're all musicians. Like, well, 3 of us, Elmo too. Listen, but and when the times that I write shit, like, it is like when something really affects me. So something affected you, and you needed to write shit down.
yeah, I think my music is like just is a reflection of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, some dudes say dudes that do movies, actors, he say a dope movie, then all of a sudden you see like the fucking worst B movie, then all of a sudden they're back again, like Mickey Rourke. You can tell when Mickey Rourke was getting, his life was fucked up.
Shout out to Bullet.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie. Butch Stein.
Year of the Dragon, though. Come
Yo,
on.
how hard was it? Like he was just a Pollock.
Yeah.
He a cop.
That's right.
but I'm
Stanley.
I'm saying Stanley.
Crown of Thorns is definitely more of that vehicle for the serious side than a
that's
Scarhead being just crazy wild.
Scarhead's, I'm in the studio like, yo, what runs a pussy? Give me.
Scarhead's the crazy.
Yo, I write this shit. I write a lot of music.
Wait.
What does rhyme with
What does
pussy? Yeah.
Rhymes with what?
What does rhyme with pussy?
Pussy. Schmussy.
Stussy.
Stussy.
Well, if someone's out there and they're looking for a band name, Orange Pussy, because nothing rhymes with orange and nothing rhymes with pussy.
There you go.
Damn.
That's it.
It's very deep.
I want 10%.
He's the highbrow one. I'm the lowbrow one.
But the lyrics, Crown Thorns, I like. We're talking right now to do a record with Mike DeJohn. Me and Mike are talking. So if we do it, it's gonna be Matty Pasta, Mike DeJohn, because Matty Pasta's been with me for years. Matty Pasta is an amazing guitar player, like one of the best. And it's
Sub-Zero.
yeah. But I'm saying, but Matty's so dope. He's like
saying.
I'm just happy. He did some of the drug music, sex stuff also. Hey, played for Scarhead, played for Crown Thorns for years. I can't be like, yo, peace, Pasta. I'm doing DeJohn because Matty Pasta has been so loyal. And DeJohn is dope and everything.
That's a solid guitar. Those two together.
Yes,
That's pretty.
I don't know how it works because it's two like
Because they fight.
alpha
Guitar
wo-
players
alpha-
always
alpha
try and
wolf, you know
outshine
what I
each
mean?
other.
But the thing is, like, I think it's gonna be amazing. My thing is like I can't wait to do it because like when I go out, my lyrics, my mind is like not like fucking Scarhead. It's more like Smashing Pumpkins. You want to do?
What's up? Siamese Dream. Like that's like just talking about how amazing that. Like,
Yo, Smashing Pumpkins.
they got
been
back
playing
together.
together,
Show
back
without
together.
the chick.
They got back together without Darcy.
Why? She's on meth still.
I don't know.
I see some
can't
pictures.
I can't. Well, those are old pictures.
That's like 10, 15 years ago, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it kills me that there's 3 out of the 4, but like it's not the same. I need those 4.
Yeah.
So.
But he writes everything anyway.
He writes everything. Even he recorded everything on Siamese Dream, but still, like when I go see them,
Yeah.
the allure for me, and I'm telling you, I'm not a hardcore guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a hardcore kid.
Yeah.
I'm an indie rock hip hop kid.
Yeah.
And to me, the Pumpkins were everything.
They also taught me a few things when I was.
Just for the record,
Yeah, we could edit
Danny
out.
Diablo's looking left and right, left again.
So I
right
want to
again.
start right now.
He's got a story to tell that
He's
some
up to
people in
no
the room
good.
cannot
So
hear.
basically,
You speak
what has happened that, but
Please
so
don't
basically, when I was in Japan once, I was like, I was banging this broad. She beat Giselle in the Elite Four model contest. Well, I was going with this girl, and she was like, yeah, she used to date the Asian nigga in fucking
James.
in
James
basketball.
Yeoh.
Yeah. So I was in fucking. Part of life. This is part of life. And you guys, band members, gonna know this is part of life. So I was like, I'm in the thing with her. I'm in Japan. And I'm looking. I'll say this fucking nigga's face, but she's like, oh. She looks at me. I'm like, fuck this nigga. You know what I mean? I fuck this nigga up in one smack. I smack him so hard, like whatever. So, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm in a gay man. This nigga he's banging a beautiful model, and I'm banging her now. And she's like, and I was like, you know how many niggas? That I thought to myself, you know how many niggas would be in a record store all over the world be like, fuck this nigga Ezec. fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? Yo, so I was like, yo, what goes around comes around. You know what I mean? What goes around comes around. So
Fuck this Irish guy.
mulatto Irish nigga.
So, all right, man. So I guess.
Well, you listen, it taught me like when you like, especially touring music with other people, other trying to teach you about life, man. It's like you go on the road, they're like, you understand? Oh, I'm not the big fish in the pond. You know what I mean? Like you're in the old neighborhood, whatever.
You do,
Yeah.
yeah. There is that. I'm sure we know that too. And
Yeah.
even like whenever we talk about being from here and going to the city, you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, like wow, these guys are way bigger than the guys that are bigger in my neighborhood. You
Yeah.
know? So definitely.
And you get also as bands, especially when you're young and you think you're the shit. I mean, Crown Thorns were like, fuck, I'm not opening for fucking Kill Your Idols. Fuck that. We're not opening for Yup Inside. Fuck that. You're like, you know, man, you're like, oh shit, you go to the show, like, oh shit, you're in Wetlands. You know, these niggas just sold out Wetlands. Like, yeah. You know, but and you're all friends. So like, fuck that nigga. You know, when you see some kind of band, you like, you guys like, had to bang the same girl, something back in the day, so they're the coolest guys in the world.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, I hated you my whole life, Beep. I'm sorry. You know, like
It's sort of like,
it's life. It's like learning and becoming an adult.
but what gets you like attention and like, you know, the balls to get up and be a singer is that attitude, like go fuck yourself and everybody else. And then like over time as you get older, you're like, all right, well, these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah. It's sad because like it's like, and when you go and meet someone first time, it's like when people meet me, they think I'm like 6'6" and steroids and like I'm like, hey guys, how you doing?
Sir William Wallace.
Yo, they bug out me. They,
I was like, Elmo, is he really 6'4" and juiced up?
no, they think I'm the nicest guy in the world. I make you.
I'm like, this guy really wanted to fight Stitches?
But yeah, I gotta ask you, man, because I got a list here. You've checked everything. I don't gotta ask anything. But the one thing I gotta ask you is about Stitches. We're moving from music. We're getting into a little drama, but go for it.
Listen. It's funny because the guy who owns Celebrity Boxing called me 2 days ago. He wants me to fight Jose Canseco.
Oh boy.
He's a big dude.
No, that's what I told my girl. My girl's like, "No, I said, bitch, this Major League Baseball. This is a professional athlete."
Doesn't he wear?
I was like, "This nigga is big."
Doesn't
If I have to do it, I gotta call Mark McGuire for some help. Because he snitched out all those niggas. That's why Jose Canseco is like a playboy, fucking crazy. This nigga's like 6'4", and he's just steroid out.
Doesn't he wear women's underwear? Like, that wasn't there a thing?
If you did a whole bunch of coke and those bitches bang you with women's underwear too.
He did.
That's a real offer. Like,
Yeah, I just got
someone for you.
Listen,
Like,
I'm
exactly.
listen, I'm telling you, like my life is so insane. So
They want you
people
to-
They want you to fight.
They want me to fight
Canseco.
Jose Canseco. Then they had the other rapper. They want me to fight. And I was like,
Day in the life.
yo, so my girl's like,
Get behind the
Like,
fight
I was
with
like, do
Stitches. Jose Canseco.
yo, so Stitches did. So Stitches was like, yeah. I said, oh, I'll fight Stitches. So it was a contest, but my fans, hardcore kids, were like, fuck. They went in on him hard.
It was crazy.
I did a podcast for a boxing thing, called in. And the guy was like, yo, Danny Diablo's fans are most, like, he want to fight. I had dudes want to pay me money to drop out of the contest. Like, I want to fight to get the publicity, fight Stitches. And I was like, I don't want the money. I'll do it for the Children's Tumor Foundation, all charity. Then I found out that Stitches was a fan of Scarhead. He knew who I was. That's why I didn't want to fight. You know what I mean? So, like, but
And you didn't have any beef with him either.
No,
You were very, I remember
like
at the
his
time
music.
you were like, I have no beef with him. It's
I
just-
respect his hustle, but he never hit me back. It was like, well, at least like, let's do this.
It's probably
like,
one of those things where
she's like,
you're better off. He probably was
To
just
be
like,
fair,
he's-
Stitches was going through a lot of
He's going through lots of. Yo,
at the time.
he's
Got a lot
Cuban.
of problems.
He's Cuban Greek.
Yeah.
See?
He's paid.
told you.
He's paid. His parents have money. He's 6'3". He's a big nigga.
He's a big dude.
Yo, I tell you.
Big dude.
I was telling my girl,
And he's not like
No,
lit.
he's a
like,
big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
looks-
no, he's a big guy, and the thing is, like, his youth, bro. I would have.
He's
If
got
I was
that
him, I would be like, "Fuck you," there. You know what I mean? Like,
he's got that mastic mentality too, where he'll
He's
just
very
roll
mastic.
up and
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
he'll
The
just
other
roll
thing,
up
too-
like, I don't care. He'll roll up on those 6 guys and just get knocked out. He's like, I don't care. I'll come back.
Not only would Dan
did, you know.
Diablo tell you the nationality, he'll tell you the height.
It's like
he always
Wik-
mentions the height.
he
The guy's like
Wikipedia's
5'11",
everything, that's why. He's
guy's
just
6'3".
like, just like-
No, it's a serious thing. And plus, not for anything, for a dude that just do something like that, he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money, and his music ain't that bad. Like the stuff I do now is like the trap with the hardcore vocals. So it's like whatever. But the dude, Jose Canseco, I'll definitely do for charity.
Yeah.
That for the fact because I'm 46 years old, and I want to do like a professional fight before I'm 50 years old. You know, this is And plus, anyone can get knocked out, and you know how it is. Anyone can get hurt.
Sure.
I have the guts to
There's
do it. I'll do it.
always
You know? That's it.
And the fact you're doing it for charity.
Yeah, that's
you weren't
it.
even
That's
doing it
cool.
for
You know what I mean? Like it's cool, and Jose Canseco's a rat, so I'd love to do it.
Oh, you want? Yeah, let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shelley Duvall.
We've watched a lot of your interviews, and we're trying to get to something different.
Yeah, please.
And to be honest, very curious about your relationship with Travis Barker, Tim Armstrong. And let's start with Travis Barker.
Yeah, had
It's
that
on right now?
Yeah.
Hold on, yeah. Travis Barker, I get Danny Diablo did a tour on Warped Tour, 2006, I think. Well, I got thrown off the tour.
How long did you take to get thrown off?
Is this the Motorhead thrown off?
15.
No, it's another thing.
Can we go back to that
No,
after
no,
this?
listen, I got thrown off. I did Warped Tour did in 1999. We did a tour with Scarhead, and that's when Eminem was there. First met Eminem, and I met the kid Proof, rest in peace. He was the nicest guy. But I'm saying I did that tour. Ice-T was on that tour too. So then I did 2006, and Blink-182 was on tour. So was 7 Seconds. So was Ace Roll.
It's a great tour.
And basically, I talked to Travis. And one time, I went to Pennsylvania, Philly, and he was playing. And then one day, he was like talking to me. He said, "Come down." And I came from Queens all the way down to Philly, and we started talking. And he was like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm just doing Scarhead." He loves Scarhead, and I was like, "Let's do Danny Diablo." I put a record out. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like I said, no, he was like, "I love your music." And I joined the LaSalle Records. I got signed. And it was his label, and it was Travis Barker. Really, a lot of people talk all this. Yes, like I remember when I got signed. This was like 2006, 2005, whatever. I got signed, and people were saying, "Oh, Travis Barker's selling all this stuff." Yeah, but
Because he had like a reality show.
yeah, reality show. He was the biggest thing in the world. You know,
And he had
a great drummer too. People don't. He's a dope drummer.
He's a fucking
second to none.
fantastic drummer.
It's like I put him up there with Kenny Canderia and Mackie and Travis Barker. They all could play in the same realm. I mean,
And he could do whatever he wants. And he
can do everyone
chose to work with you, and that's
some
what's-
people say people choose to work with me because I'm a street guy and everything. But that's what it is. What it is. Travis Barker.
Whatever gets you there.
it's
Travis
not an
Barker
insult.
is my boy.
And yet he still sends clothes. He still
He's
sends
my friend.
You know, like, he's just,
it's one of my boys. You know what I mean? Like I Travis Barker. Also, when I got off his label, he gave me back the masters.
Wow.
He gave me $40,000. He gave me $40,000 allegedly. I can say for the mix, EP, Hawker for Life EP, and
He gave you the masters.
he gave me the masters back.
Which
No
for
one
anyone
does,
listening,
no one
that's-
does that. Nobody does that.
It might sound like nothing.
Here's
That's
Here's
everything.
the masters. Here's the
amazing.
publishing.
Right.
Here's everything.
Hey,
Prince couldn't get his masters back.
Right.
that's great.
And look what happened,
See?
that
Well, look
messed
what
up
happened.
his mind.
And you outlived Prince.
And I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. He's Jehovah's Witness.
I'm
right?
saying
Prince was?
Yeah, Prince was.
you outlived Prince and Dolores from the Cranberries.
Yes, and that's
Congratulations.
crazy. Because I love Prince, bro. Dearly beloved.
So, what was the idea of the solo record? Did he wanted you to do like a
I don't know. The Scarhead shit was getting crazy. It was like the 2001 Thug Odyssey was like hip hop and hardcore together. It was very rare. Me and Puerto Rican Mike together.
Tours.
So my life was so ill. My life was so fucking crazy. I was like, I'm going to leave you niggas and go to fucking California for a few years. So like Scarhead was so fucking nuts. You know what I mean? It's like I had to get more out of it. I know there's something else out there. You know what I mean? Like, it's great, but I'm going to go to California, and these guys have the shit together. California bands are always got the shit together compared to East Coast bands, like, because we all fucking come from working class people. California, LA people are sons of tour managers.
Right, they just do
they're
bands.
In the business. They're in the
we
business.
have to go to work and then do bands.
Because their parents would be like, oh yeah, but like it's like a homeboy from fucking my boy Epic and a Shifty Shell Shock from Crazy Town.
Crazy Town, yeah.
I did a song with those guys too, so it's like those dudes' parents were, one of their parents was tour manager for Led Zeppelin. That's what so you think about the juice that guy had, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And
So someone's in your, so when someone's in your in that whole
Orbit.
fucking like, they always have sons and they're trying to outdo the other guy. Oh yeah, well I got to deal with Electra. Oh, my son got to deal with fucking this. So they're in the business and they're treated like professional. East Coast, you give me till to this day, you give me a contract. I'm like, whole and it's fucking square. You know, I don't know. It's like, yo, when I get locked up, you need a lawyer. I don't know what the fuck this nigga said. Just get me out, nigga.
Right, it's like you don't get lawyers for your record contract. You get lawyers for your criminal
fucking
cases.
Sugar and Dupac.
I'm so happy I'm known all over the world as a musician and
Kind of an East Coast thing.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, but so cop Queens has my record and says I'm just a criminal. You know, it's like weird shit. Like, you know, I'm so happy. That's why the hardcore world is so amazing. Because like I'm a graffiti artist. I just had my first art show and everything, and sold canvases. I'm like an artist. You know, like, it's so weird. Like, people back in the day.
I didn't.
Like, how many weeks ago, babe? My art show. What was that?
A couple weeks.
Yeah,
Like
I killed it. Me RD 357, Skid DMS did an art show, 2 floors. Every graffiti writer, old school and new school came down. It was so packed. It was great publicity. It was at the Sensei Bar and Grill Gallery in the Lower East Side by Alex Corcoran, who was Alex Peanut, who was a skateboarder, and everything. So it was fucking amazing. But in the past year, I've been in a documentary. I've been in a book called Urban Styles about graffiti. And New York. I've been killing it in the world. You know, so it's like that's. I always was a kid from Queens, and I'm so glad that music brought me out of there and do all the stuff. Like, I'm hanging out at Travis Park. I was at Travis Parker at a show by the skating rink. What was that? The Radio City Music Hall, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to go meet him in the back. And he's like, yo, E, come on back. He called me E. I was like, we're talking. All of a sudden, I turned like this. The City Loppers right there. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta say something. Yeah. So I was like, so he's like, yo, I'll introduce you. Then he's like, yo, you grabbed her, and I was like, I'll turn into an instant bitch, and I ran away. No, I can't do it. I don't know why. She's like, no, and I was like, I love City Lava.
Yeah.
But she was like, I didn't want to bother her, but she was right there, and I was like, like a little kid. But he's like, I got you. Like that, that's how cool Travis is. You know, I hung out with him at Real Music City Hall, fucking hanging out in the green room.
And he has he came from the Aquabats. Like,
the Aquabats, how crazy that?
He does.
And those guys became famous. Elmo got a heart attack. Elmo's got a heart attack. But Aquabats were big. Like they now the TV show, the kid show,
yeah. So, but he comes from
it's like Devo. That's how
punk rock fucking roots. So it's fun to see somebody like that actually make it.
I always say that acting too, when dudes are like that, into like Viggo Mortensen was down with Darby Crash and all them. It's like he married the girl from X. I mean, like the actor Viggo Mortensen, like the stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yes, it's a big punk rock thing. Darby Crash was his best friend. So growing up, when I see actors that are into punk rock, whatever, I'm like, I always root for those people because they're just like us, fucked up. You know what I mean?
You live with Peter Green. right?
I saw.
Not you brought it up. I had to. I had
Listen,
to throw it in.
I saw Peter Green 2 nights ago.
Hold on.
I'm all
So
night.
I
the
love
dude
Peter
from
Green.
the dude from Pulp Fiction,
Yeah, Peter Green.
and
Lived with him for 5 years.
yes, he was
One of my best friends.
He was the cop, right? No,
In Pulp Fiction, yes.
He was a cop in Pulp Fiction.
Security guard that raped Ving Rhames.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. He's like Larry. Yo, I saw him the other day, hung out with him and his sister. He called my house the other day, babe. Remember? When he called my house the other night, he was like, he was dropping off his father at a dentist. He was getting drunk down the block from me. And he was getting mad because I wasn't going. I said, I'll see you. I see what I can do. He's like, where are you? But I'm like, you're drunk already. And you're driving your father back to the dentist.
He's
It's
the
funny.
nicest guy.
I love him. He's like my older brother.
He came to my stand-up. And none of my friends come to my stand-up. And he came.
Hey, Elmo. Hey, Elmo. All right, Peter Green, I love you, bro. I love you.
Shout out.
Definitely.
Hashtag.
Martin Lawrence, Blue Streak.
Blue Streak. He's such a good. You know why he's such a good bad guy? Because he is a bad guy.
So, the Travis connection, and then
Yeah.
from there you get in with like what Tim Armstrong.
Tim Armstrong produces my stuff, and
What a genius! Like when it comes to
why,
producing.
Tim Armstrong, Lars is my brother. Tim Armstrong is my boy. Like it's like both those guys. I love those guys. I met those guys a long time ago. I worked security at Coney Island High,
Okay.
and one of these punk bands played the show, and just when fucking Rancid was the biggest, like the second album, you know, they were.
Let's go. Oh yeah, because Salvation popped on
so
MTV.
Salvation's already on TV. And now just like they're in town, and I forgot I don't know what band it was. It was crazy. One of these punks, whatever, they played and they set Lars up. So on stage, there's a videotape of this going around. On stage, they jump Lars. They start spinning the crusty guys, right? The crusty.
Wait, set him up like
Yeah.
that.
Playing on guitar.
It's not like they.
Listen, playing guitar. And from what I saw, dudes in the band knew what was going on too. I don't know the name of the band because I wasn't getting anyone like butthurt, but they saw him on stage. I heard they didn't help him, so all of a sudden, they one dude like punches Lars face and they start fighting. They start jumping him. No one's waiting. So I come on stage. Jimmy Williams was with me. And I start beating the shit out of all these punk rockers. And I saved it. So I start beating the piss out of these dudes. One guy had a big mohawk. He was a big dude. I hit him so hard, his face just blew up. And I started beating everyone on stage. They got this on. You can see this on Any City Kid had it on punk rock on a videotape. And Toby, so his wife Moon comes out and starts kicking some guy. And so I'm just beating everyone on stage. I beat some dude outside. It was like 1995.
Wow.
95, that started the year. And I remember Tim coming up to me and goes, thank you for doing it. Lars and I became friends. They're like, oh, because no one helped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, no one helped him, bro, except for us. I think Rusty from H2O, me, Jimmy Williams, and I don't know who else. But it was crazy. It was crazy. So like, I became friends with them from then. And we became boys, and they love Crown Thorns. I mean, like they give Crown Thorns a shout out one of their records.
Yeah, when I saw them, anytime I would always see Rancid, and like I feel like all the AF guys were always there.
Yeah.
Like they had like a tight connection to like all the New York dudes, especially Lars.
Lars is Tim's a genius.
Yeah, Lars is my favorite.
Lars is
Great songwriter.
I'm talking about he'll do all the melodies in the background,
The harmonies.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
all he just it's just talking about like amazing. And Tim and I worked together on stuff. He did a whole album. He did my 2009 International Hardcore Superstar album.
Yeah.
Right, and that album was put on the back burner because like Tim had at the time when it first started. It was like almost 2.5 years doing that record. It was the first time I ever got signed and sat down a budget. So
So he signed you.
Tim signed me to his Hellcat in 2009.
That's right. Okay.
And they put the record out. This is the first time ever of like digital. I didn't understand. They just put out digitally. They didn't put no thing. It was someone dropped the ball. What's the Tim? Tim's a Tim. You know, like it's like
Right.
Epitaph dropped the ball, fucked up, and I got sued because I did the song "Don't You Want Me," and the people from the don't you want me? Those, you know, they did the Mop and Glow thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They didn't. They wrote a letter to Epitaph. They didn't. They were suing me because they didn't like who I was. I was like, oh my god,
shit.
I love that song. I felt hurt. You know, like,
yeah.
Like,
Race, the races against Irish people.
So I was like, what the fuck? So they put all the money. We did a video for the song, and it was like 10,000 videos out back here. But videos cost money, and so they're like, oh, we're just gonna put you in, and we're just gonna put. They put my record out, and they had they had 10,000 CDs printed. They had destroyed them. But that song, so I lost.
Oh, that's right, because they can't.
Yeah, can't use
when-
it.
That's
They
right.
can't, so basically,
That happened to another band and they
happened to me twice.
Holy
twice.
shit!
No, they happened to me twice.
They're not fucking around with
no,
that.
listen, it happened twice. So so basically we did a video. So we had to take parts of one video, put it on. It was whack. And that song was a song we did like how Mr. Band with Lethal. Fred Durst.
Limp
Limp
Bizkit.
Bizkit.
Remember they had to have faith. They did the
Yeah,
cover.
yeah.
I was like, oh, Alien Farm did Michael Jackson.
Yep.
I was like, I do this song, and
Alien
to me, my move was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm gonna do some hard shit, punk rock shit, but I want to do it like producing dope, like how Billy Idol did that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, think about it. Billy Idol was like a punk rock nigga, like, you're fucked up doing blow.
That's
you
the New
can't.
York curse.
And they put him in. Yeah, I tried to curse. They put him. They put him in the thing, and he was like, he was like, yo, son. He was like doing like hard songs, but it was like punk rock like attitude. But it was like he was singing. Like,
He
rock.
had a very punk rock attitude, doing shit like Cradle of Love.
Yeah. So basically, I'm doing.
Shout out to Ford Fairlane.
I wanted to do what he did too. I was like, I want to do some hard shit, but to be produced, but to be punk rock. So like, almost like I look when I look at Dickie from Boston, like those songs, like his voice like Crumbsuckers.
Yeah.
But he's doing rock and roll shit, but he's using his voice.
Even like some of the shit that he sings over is like so. It's just like that ska guitar.
Yeah.
But his voice is so gruff. Yeah, man,
Knock
definitely.
on wood.
That's a great voice.
Yeah. Man.
So, what as a producer, what does Tim do for you?
Tim was fucking crazy. It's funny because me and Lars, when we write music together, we'll go to the studio and write. Me and Lars, like I play bass. When I do my music, I write bass. I have an old Rickenbacker. You know, like the one like from If You Want My Body, the Chinese guy who played the bass. I had the same one, like
Lemmy.
like Lemmy, same one, but Pearl one. Like that. So, I write on that, and Lars, we write together. And it's cool. But Tim. I'll just be like, I'll be at his house every day, like, yo, what's up? And he'll be like, this. And he'd be like, looking at me like I'm a crazy guy, and I'll be telling him what I want. He goes, all right, let's go get some to eat. Then we eat, and he goes, I'll see you tomorrow. Then all of a sudden, I'll come back to the thing tomorrow, and what I told him is done, laid out already. Yeah, like everything. I'm like, what the fuck these guys do? Yeah. Like orchestras and shit. It was like crazy. Like, he wouldn't like, whatever, but it would never work, like, for example, so we would hang out, I played, then all of a sudden we talk, chill, all about chilling. Then he goes, I tell him this one, and I went right down, and the next day it would be exactly what I told him. Like a genius.
That's like, yeah, man.
Crazy work ethic.
That's experience. It's like
genius. Like, he knew who I was, and we worked together. And that record went on for almost 2.5 years. And I was like, it was crazy at times in my life. I was like, yeah, like drugs. And the guy who, John Marikow, who did the engineering, he like basically just babysat me until Tim came. So I was like making this poor guy do mushrooms with me and coke and fucking had like strippers right in his house doing laundry and shit. You know?
I mean, if you're into that type, of shit, that's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like for someone like me, I probably wouldn't be down with that. But like, if you're into that, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with Ezec and do shrooms and hang out with whoever. So.
Yeah, the guy's a genius. Yo, he was John Mark. He's a genius guy. He did all Tim stuff, and it was just like cool. Just like because he was like he worked with all these artists, and he was like telling me, I'll be like, yo, is he a dick? He tell me all these crazy stories. Crazy fucking stories. I can't talk about.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Give us one.
Give us
Now
one.
we don't want to ruin your relationship.
No, but like there's a lot of people in Hollywood that you think they do records like big famous groups that sing on albums, and it's not them. You know, and here's a rumor like, oh,
It wouldn't hurt you to give us one.
I can't.
I could always edit it later.
Give us one, and Sam will edit it out if you don't feel.
I'm going to say it because it make problems.
How about getting thrown off? Give us a
Tours?
story.
No, the
stories.
the
There's
Motorhead
two stories.
one-
Motorhead
Well, he did.
getting thrown off the Warped Tour, and Ozfest Sharon Osbourne.
Oh,
2 stories I want to know.
You put a lot up there.
I'm just putting a lot out there. You know, I'm just I'm in the know, and I want others.
All
Great
nice
stories.
all
I'm
nice
still
people.
These are great
scaling through
stories.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
You know, stabbing stories. I'm like, I'm trying to get my question in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
When, like, people say like they hear stories like oh Ezec, I heard this, you did that. I'm like I don't get mad. I'm like yo, so like so some shit in my life. People like a lot of people pretend they're not what they are, but I'm who I am. Most of the time, I'm face value. I'm sweet, nice to you. I'll be your best friend, but I'll also be on the other side of me that I do everything 110%. So. If you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna do 110% at you. So, you know, it's my thing is like this: is like, I treat people the way I would like to be treated. You know, that's all.
yeah,
That's
that's the best way to do it.
But some people pretend that they're better than people just with money or with status of where they are in careers, something like so. It gets crazy sometimes. You know?
To be brought down to.
You know, people get brought down with, and, you know, everyone bleeds. Everyone bleeds.
Everyone believes.
That's my favorite
That's
REM
my new
song.
metal band. Everyone bleeds.
But
I have that tattooed on a pillow at home.
I know.
Please. Just for the record.
do you want to do the Motorhead thing, or do you want?
Oh
do you have-
God.
Please tell us about the Motorhead thing.
I went out with Scarhead, Hatebreed, Dropkick Murphys, and Motorhead.
What a great show.
Yeah, that's
What a sick show.
Yo, so we were on tour. I every time I'll go, that doesn't matter. Whatever happens on the Scarhead tour, I always get blamed for it. But I have my entourage with me, the kids I grew up with, and fucking criminals. So every time it was getting a little crazy, but I never really told the real story. Lemmy passed away, so I never could tell the real
This is an
story.
exclusive.
This is exclusive. You're getting the
All right.
real deal right
If
now.
I ruled the world,
If I ruled the podcast,
I always talk
the
the
real
world
story.
real
Premiere.
story, have it
TMZ.
down, right?
premiere.
So basically, that's so fucked up for you.
Go ahead.
So basically, we're on tour.
Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone.
there are no Motorheads left.
Yeah, it's world premiere.
Oh, I'll tell you right now. So no one has ever heard this in their life. So basically, the Motorhead tour. Lemmy used to do a lot of speed, right? So and I went to where I talked to Lemmy all the time. I love Lemmy. I love Motorhead, bro. I played back.
Yeah, me too.
So every day he would have a special Jack Daniels in the back. It was like a $200 Jack Daniels, right? Jack Daniels.
That's all right.
Radio sounds.
Sucking sounds.
I'm a good editor,
All right.
so we'll edit
And
all
you
that.
keep that talent sounds in, all right? So listen, Jack Daniels, and all of a sudden Lemmy, we're on tour. In the back, I had one of my boys, Boston Mike, rest in peace, from Scarhead. They probably love Boston Mike crazy. So Boston Mike has his boy Straddles, who was fucking crazy. My boy from Brockton, Massachusetts. Brockton has some crazy ass niggas in there. Right? My boy Straddles, he just got out of jail. Straddles, I love you, brother. He might be back in right now, but still. So basically, Straddles was in the back, I guess. Lemmy had like $2,000 in his pocket. So I guess, I would say my boy bounced right after that. My boy's, Boston Mike's boy, which I just met, but still my boy now, which, yeah. Basically, they allegedly took the $2,000. But there's so many people there saying it could be anyone. It could be a fucking tweaked out fucking strippers back here, old ass strippers, the fucking whatever. But
Did they have old ass groupies?
yeah, of course, yeah,
And Motorhead was a little. Motorhead was a little older, so like, their demo.
Easy Rider magazine.
Totally, they're mad old bitches.
Because they had some women seeing them since the Ace of Spades records.
75.
Yeah,
They just kept them.
he had some girls from Hawkwind in '75.
We're not gonna get rid of them.
So
We're gonna let them.
basically, I know that's, but he was mad because someone drinking Jack Daniels. He's like, "Fuck you!" I was like,
Not
fuck.
even about them.
So I didn't know what happened. So I thought that, but he's like $2,000. So what's the guy's name? The drummer,
Mickey.
Mickey. He came, and remember they're bikered up too. Back then they were like down all these bikers. So he's like, when New York goes, you're not playing, you throw it off. I said, oh, cool. I said, I brought him back. I worked at Chalmers Industry, liquor warehouse, so I got him the special Jack Daniels, like gold, whatever it cost, like whatever, $5 a bottle, whatever. I got it. My father had got it a long time ago, so I gave it to him. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but he's still throwing off the thing. And I was like, no, by Saturday, he's like,
it's respectable.
I still say so. 2000. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't do it. So I bet, rest in peace. So they knew. So I was like, fuck, like, why you guys tell me? You know what I mean? Like, so that was it. And I felt bad, but I saw Lemmy at a festival. We were behind the thing. I was like, what's up, Lemmy? He's like, what's up? We cool? He's like, we're cool. But I was like, oh shit, I was gonna set it off on Lemmy. Just like, if he would have said something stupid, I would have knocked that thing in the fucking head. But to say, imagine I'll be the bad guy. You steal from Lemmy, then you beat him up.
Especially now.
In Europe?
God damn.
But imagine, and my luck, if he fall down his head, die, I killed Lemmy, and he'd be fucked up. But I was like, fucking. But I was
that
like,
would be the New York curse.
Yeah, there is a
that
New York
is
curse.
the New York curse.
Listen, I'll tell every single. You name a hardcore band from New York City, hardcore. I'm talking about. And they had a band and it was like this, and I was like, it'd be like, it could be anyone.
Jimmy G will probably get thrown off the Misfits before it happens.
He'll break his ankle. He'll break his ankle right before he goes stage.
Don't hold your breath.
He'll miss. He'll step on the stage, fall off, break his ankle or something.
Can't play.
Compound fracture. But yeah, it's every single one. You know, I mean, with quicksand, with big. They all of a sudden. Oh, let's break up. It's like everyone, those bands that became big, almost there, leeway,
Since
almost
you brought
there.
up quicksand.
Everyone.
You met Walter as a stock boy.
Yeah,
correct?
Rumor has it.
I worked at Seatown.
You worked at Seatown, and then he came in, and you started talking, and that's how you met Walter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
How you know that?
Because Civ told me, and he goes like this, and he goes like this, and Civ told me, and he goes. Walter goes back to Civ and goes, I met a guy at Seatown, Stockboy, a really nice guy. Meanwhile, such a nice young fellow. Walter.
No, Walter,
such a nice young fellow.
New York hardcore. He had the hardcore curse, but they did make it. He did make it. Walter wrote for so many bands. He's been living off of music
he got
for years.
a little above the hardcore curse.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
mainstream.
No. But he made some. But still, he won't make it big because of the New York hardcore curse.
Right.
Just like the same thing to me. It's the same thing. Oh yeah, like Casino. Here's a Don't You Want Me Baby? You can do all the videos, great songs. All of a sudden, sorry, can't use it. Like.
It's kind of weird. Like New York hardcore will blow you up in a way that nobody else understands.
Yeah.
Like just through the roof.
Yeah.
But it'll just like crabs in a barrel.
And the kids will turn against you. The kids will turn
so
against
ruthless.
you.
These
They're like they're such new kids,
and they're only getting worse and worse.
They get worse.
Now the thing with social media,
it's horrible.
Back then they'd have to go to the show and tell you to your
only
face.
worse. Now it's just
so horrible. Like people, and it's like. This social media gives a platform. People, crazy people, could be like, "Oh yeah, you raped my grandma." Like Rick,
we were just talking about
Rick Healy could be like, he raped my grandmother, and people write it 10,000 times, and someone's gonna say, he raped Rick Healy's grandmother, and be like, "Oh, did he rape his grandmother?" It's like it's gonna always remember for that. That's stupid.
Oh my God,
people
so
think it's like right now when people say me, like they say all these old people, oh, he did this, or it's no matter. If he didn't do it, like James Franco, I love James Franco, but to try and get that guy, I'm like, yo, I love James Franco. All of a sudden, like, oh, his ex-girlfriend said something they used to, but his ex-girlfriend said something, but it doesn't matter. She said something now, everyone thinks James Franco's a scumbag.
Well, that's the whole thing, yeah.
You're killing people's careers. Even if they didn't do it, he's still killing it.
You articulate it way better than I do.
Yeah. I mean, just when I ask you about Rick Healy.
Yeah.
Because you did mention it on your new record.
Oh, Joe, I'm sorry, but that's pretty. But my girl told me that was mean, but it's more from a personal thing why I did that.
I was listening to it today. I didn't really. I never heard it before, and then I heard it, and I was actually telling Sam, I was like, I think he kind of mentioned the elephant in the room with the dreadlocks and a lot of tattoos. So, it's been
he's
fair enough. Like,
it's fun. I never bothered with him because I was good friends with Rick. I mean, like it's like and I always thought he was a little crazy, but something happened to Rick.
Your description of Rick on the original New York Hardcore documentary like made him like we loved him.
Yeah, everyone loved him. Yes,
before and cool. After, and you made him very lovable. A lot of things changed. I'm just curious.
I'm talking about a lot of things. We're talking about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happens, and you hear a lot of crazy stories about me, like street things, fucked up things, and fighting. But
what happened with Rick?
Rick, I felt bad for Rick at first, and all of a sudden, when I don't care how crazy you are, because like one of my friends' brothers lost his daughter to cancer. So basically, Rick was saying, that's why you fucking, saying shit about his daughter. And I was like, I don't care how, as a kid, as one of us, we all grew up together. You don't talk about.
It's like talking about a civilian.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's like, you understand what I'm saying? And I don't care how crazy. People always crazy. I'm like, yeah. I took it, then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, Rick, listen, piece of shit. He did something. My other friend's wife died. He said that. My other friend's other son died. He goes, that's why your son died. Talking shit. One other brother guy. So I was like, you're talking about fucking kids, and women, like, and it's like, I don't care how crazy it is, because if you have kids right now, if you're walking down the block and you have a son, and some crazy guy came up and sliced your son's throat, you'd be, he's just crazy. What would you say? You'd be like, fuck this guy, I hope he dies.
Absolutely.
So the point was, I was like, he starts talking shit. They start going saying personal stuff, but it never really goes into me. And I told him, I wrote that song. I was like, listen, Rick hasn't bothered me. He goes after once. The reason why he doesn't go bother me is he knows what I'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like the dude's fucked up in the head. It's just sad because at one point he was a cool guy, but a lot of these dudes they are crazy. You know? A lot of dudes are like
we're all a little crazy.
We're all crazy
walking into this space.
But it's like a lot of these dudes talk so much shit on that fucking thing. It's like. Sometimes I look at I told you, even if I don't like someone, I give him props, like Harley Flanagan. I see, but I look at his social media. He's talking still like, you say, you're a changed person, but you talk about all this negative shit to all these people. Like, I'm the one. Like, just stop being negative, bro. Be happy.
It's all interesting because everybody's crazy. Everybody walks into the same place, whether you're 13, 14, 15 years old, whether you're Harley Flanagan or you're Rick to Life, you're Danny Diablo. You just walk in like crazy, and then the culture sort of shapes you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you get a little bit more like everyone's like into violence and craziness, and then the culture shapes you a little bit. Like you hear Agnostic Front, you hear about unity, and then as time goes on, when people fall out, a guy like Rick to Life.
He's fucked up. You mean like
what happened with him? And he had a lot to offer for a lot of years, and then
people
turned
against him.
A lot of people to the ground.
A lot of people turned against him, and a lot of people
he turned against a lot of people.
Yeah.
The point being is like
something happens.
Crazy walks in, and it gets shaped by the culture.
Yeah,
and then
he can't look like a sucker. I guess also, he didn't want to look like a sucker, and shit happened to him. He got and I thought that the shit that happened to him made him where he is now, so I feel a little bad. So that's I don't want to say the real shit, like talk about like whatever. I just I know he got fucked up once, and that did something to him. And he's crazy, but he knows what he's saying. It's some of these people.
That's the weird thing.
Some of these people think that nothing can happen to him. Anyone, I tell you, we all bleed. So that's like. People just are fucking nuts, man. Like it's like Harley Flanagan too. Like it's a dude like you're your own worst enemy, bro. I wouldn't even say anything bad, but you are your own worst enemy. I looked up to Harley, and he was really. We were cool. I'll tell you right now. I never told anything about the Harley stuff either. We were me and were mad cool, and he wrote something. He's like, MySpace days is called OG something, real OG. Lower East Side was something skin OG something, and he did a video. My boy Pop Master Fable from Rocksteady Crew, Zulu Nation's my boy, did the video. And then the song, I'm telling you the Harley Beef, guys. This is how it all stems from. Right here.
All right.
This is it right here.
It's an exclusive.
Exclusive.
No one knows what I'm talking about.
You're only gonna hear.
So listen, so Harley basically was a MySpace stage, and so basically he like, yo, he's like, put this up on my thing, MySpace. I posted and stuff. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, he was doing like rap stuff that I was doing. I mean, like he's want to show me. I was like, real OG, you know, like, and I was like, we should look at the video after this. So all of a sudden, in the video, one of the lines I was saying, I'm like, yeah, shit's dope, yeah. My boy Harley, I look up to him, like my friend. I like, when I look at this nigga, all of a sudden he's like, he goes, I don't give a fuck about your colors or your beads. It doesn't mean shit to me. And I'm like, DMS doesn't mean shit. Your colors and beads.
That's a black and blue
You're like,
reference.
Yeah, he did.
This is a DMS reference.
DMS, black and blue.
Just
Colors, we wear
uninitiated.
beads. We wear colors. We wear patches. We have a patch. He goes, doesn't mean shit to me. And I was like, I didn't tell nobody. I said, yo, so I called. I'm saying I called some people back home. You know, I'm on the West Coast. I'm like, yo, this nigga just fucking played us. So I'll put on full blast because these motherfuckers have told me. So I'll do it right now. So I was working with Gabby from plays with Carly now. And he's the one that these guys, Gabby was playing guitar. And he was like, now he's playing with me. And he was like, yo, yeah, Pop Master Fable too called me. Hey, Harley, yeah, he was talking mad shit, like fucking, like. But I told him, I said, change the video, just change the lyrics. Don't even change the video, just change the lyrics. In the background, you know, like the thing you play it, the new song. It's having lip syncing thing, whatever. And I won't tell nobody. But he was so upset that me, like because I looked up to him as cool, that I didn't do that, blah blah. It's only words. I was like, no, you did it purposely. Like that's how fucked up you are. That I look up to you. I'm cool with you, and then you're dissing me and make me post it all over the place like a bitch. You make think about it. And then just because you're cool, and he did mean it. I heard he was talking shit. Like he had hatred towards because I was doing my music and doing good. Like I was like, he was like, fuck these people, and that's how these people are. It's like all that hate. That guy could have been the biggest thing in the world. That guy was since he was a kid. His parents were fucking. His parents were fucking artists. David Bowie did Tin Man video. He was in it. David Bowie knew him. He had a book published at 7 years old. You mean?
Yeah, he had he was in that band, right? When he was 10?
Stimulators. I'm saying like this guy, he had a book at 7 years old published. Stimulators. Went to Ireland, brought this kid and moving back here. But the thing is, like, he could have been big, but he's just a dick. You know what I mean? It's sorry. It's like,
And this is like,
it's sad to say the dude that he's one amazing bass player, amazing musician.
This
But
is, you know,
I'm
as
not saying hey, I'm just telling the truth. Like that dude did that, and that's all the stuff that happened to him is because see what happens to this. Like one little thing out of your fucking mouth could cause so much problems. I wish he knows he wouldn't. Wish that would have happened. I gave him the way in, another way out, and you know what happened? Shit like this happened to him. Okay? So when he's crying, like, oh, DMS did this, oh yeah, like, stop being a snitch, shut the fuck up, be a man, all right? You're an asshole, you caught a beating, that's it. Move on, no one cares.
all right, fair enough.
All right.
I'll fight him if he wants for charity. I'll fight him.
Very honest
I'll
about
fight Stitches.
After
way-
Jose Canseco.
I'll fight Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco, Harley,
And then I'm
anyone.
gonna fight Harley. I don't give a fuck.
I wonder what Jose Canseco's twin brother Ozzy is doing.
He has a twin brother?
and they were both in the.
And his name's Ozzy.
Yeah,
That's so good.
They were both in the major league.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I can't believe Jose
One
Canseco.
sucked and the other one was like, really good, obviously. And Jose did bang Madonna, so.
Yeah, he was like a fucking. He was crazy. That book he wrote, he was talking about all the wives they used to bang. He's fucked up. Like people get mad, be like, "Why is that?" Yeah, it's like fucked up, bro.
You could just fight him and just hang out after. Like, sounds like it'd be cool to hang with.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna kind of get to the end of this podcast because it's been going on for a minute. We're gonna do something that we've never done before. We have a little bit of a game show.
We have a game show. I wrote this, by the way.
What?
I wrote this.
He's a segment producer.
Yeah. I stepped it up a little.
Yeah.
I did a little initiative.
You kind of killed my intro, Elmo.
I did. Why? You can still do your intro. I've been
going to do
listening.
an intro that says we're doing a segment that's called Queens or Not. It's written by our staff writer, Elmo, Keith Franco.
It's my new job for this episode.
New job.
Staff writer.
So what we're going to do here
Yes.
is put up different celebrities.
Oh God.
It's based on the fact that you are the king of queens. Are you not?
And everyone I mentioned, you probably have a story, and feel free to go into that story.
What?
You know
Because it's not about the game show; it's about the story.
You know why I know he's a king
giving
of
away
Queens? Because like when I told him that my family had a place in Queens in Corona, he's like, "What street?"
Yeah,
He's like
oh.
straight. He G-checked me right away.
He knows everything about Queens. He is
was
like,
waiting.
you can Wikipedia everything. You can go to Barnes and Nobles and read those books where they have a little bit about the area, and it says Jackson Heights, and it's not complete because he knows everything about Queens.
almost-
Oh,
And it's like you can drive. I've driven in Queens with him, and it's a TV show. You can literally just
That's
drive
what-
around
you
and
know
say, "Oh, this is
father
this is
used
St.
to do
Michael's
that.
Park, and blah 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 happened here, and this guy got stabbed here, and blah 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 blah, and this happened here, and blah blah. And I went to school over here, and this happened here, and the Bowen brothers over here in Jackson Heights."
Howlin' Brothers. Oh,
All right, so fair enough.
wait,
Rumor
hold-
has it,
Yeah.
Danny Diablo, you are the king of queens. So the game show is called Queens or Not.
Oh, this is,
try
I'll
and-
probably fail this whole thing. Go.
All right, are you ready?
What are you doing?
I am gonna name people, mostly celebrities, because I mean we can't just name no one. It's got to be people for the listeners who know.
Oh man!
And you tell me
I'm fuck this whole thing up.
if they're from Queens or not. I have a feeling. I have faith in you.
Yeah, but
I have. If they're not from Queens, you don't have to tell me where they're from. But I have a feeling if I say they're from Queens, not only will you tell me that they're from Queens, I think you will be specific. I think you could even probably give me their address. So I'm gonna start it off. You're gonna tell. I'm gonna say a name.
I'm gonna fuck this
You
all
tell
up
me,
now.
and all you really have to know is if are they from Queens, meaning born in Queens,
Or living-
raised in Queens.
All right, so this-
they're born and raised in Queens.
Let's do this. Go.
All right,
Straight
are you
this.
ready?
I'm
Are you
bugging out
ready?
now because I want to fuck it all
And you win a prize. By
There
the
is
way,
a prize.
There is a prize.
Oh my girl's face like what?
All right, so I'm gonna name someone,
Yeah.
and you're gonna tell me if they're from Queens. And for radio friendly, if you do have a story,
No.
feel free to go.
Go.
All right, ready?
This is fucking fun.
I'm gonna start off easy. I'm gonna give you a softball. Ready? A little one for you to knock out the park. Cyndi Lauper.
Richmond Hill.
What?
Richmond Hill, Queens.
What would you say?
Richmond Hill, Queens.
Yeah. All right. Born in Astoria, grew up in Ozone Park.
Yeah,
All right.
that's, well, I say Richmond Hill, but she went to Richmond High School.
All right. You can no story.
Yes, so it's
I'm just kidding.
I told you the story with Travis Barker. Cyndi Lauper
You did.
is one of my favorite
And you
singers.
covered her.
She she's a live thing she did, right? And on the fucking live thing, she's on the J train, Woodhaven. My mom stopped, like, drinking a 40 with a friend. She getting drunk, like doing a documentary.
Nice.
She just goes across the 50th Street Bridge in the documentary. She's like cursing like a sailor. Fuck that. She's going to Rockaway. And she's on by going to by Breezy Point, driving Rockaway down Woodhaven.
Yeah.
Woodhaven and fucking and she's talking about how her father used to fish go for eels off the trestle into by Rockaway.
That was number one. Number two,
See, Lapidar.
from Queens or Not. This is your new game show, Danny Diablo.
Queens or not?
Kevin James, who has called himself the King of Queens, is he from
I don't
Queens
know,
or not?
I don't know. He's from Queens. So, but I love Kevin James.
Just add a buzzer right in there.
I don't know.
You don't know?
From Long Island, right? Is he from Long Island?
You're close.
Oh.
Mineola, Stony Brook.
I'll take that as.
told you,
I'll
I told you,
take that.
it's Long Island,
I'll
yeah.
let you have that. I'll
It's
let
Long
you have
Island.
that.
I'll take that as a nod.
I'll take that as a nod. Oh, that's fair.
He's not from Queens. No, but
I thought you'd be all over that guy.
No, Long Island. And his brother Danny, the guy who plays Danny.
But he calls himself the King of Queens. I thought you'd be all over that. I thought
He
it was a
started
softball.
with
to be quite
he
honest.
started with Everyone Loves Raymond too, right? That's when they all started together. That's based off of it. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was a spinoff.
Yeah.
Number three,
So I was right. He's from Long Island, right?
Yes.
You
he's
got
by-
that one?
by- he's
Stony
by me.
Brook.
Yeah.
Number
All right,
number
that's-
three,
I got it.
number three. Donald J. Trump.
Of course.
The president of the United
Right by
States.
I am.
No stories about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
My boy Lash. My boy Lash
he
lives
does.
in the building, one of the buildings over there, right off the Grand Central.
You don't have no ups up in any of the buildings?
That's one thing I'm not political because once you do the politics, then people hate you for no reason. All right.
All right.
All right, your brethren, Queens, Donald Trump. We'll go to number 4, which is Marissa Tomei.
No, she's not from Queens.
Where's she from?
I don't know. Where's Chicago? Where's she from?
Brooklyn.
Is she?
It's like as the rules said,
She's not from Queens.
you didn't have to get where she
You
wasn't
don't have to
from.
get where she. This is
You
a
don't have
bonus
to go.
point.
You're not the king of Chicago
At least you
or the
know.
king of Brooklyn.
I'm
You're the
saying
king
that.
of Queens. So you got that one right.
You're no Abe Froman.
You're
Number
100%.
5.
Number 5. Are you ready? Tony Bennett.
Astoria. Come on.
Oh, he even see.
Not only does he know, he knows where he's.
He just had a birthday. I was 91. He's 91 years old now.
Oh yeah, I had one, but it's not on the list. But I'll give it to you later. Well, mine was Cleo McDowell.
Oh my God, McDowell's.
Stick to the list. Stick to the list.
Okay.
McDowell's.
Okay.
Queens Boulevard, bro. Right there.
Lucy Liu.
Jackson Heights.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
street? I know you know
right
the
down, right
address.
down. Lucy Liu, the 2 blocks out, right off Northern Boulevard. On 71st or 72nd.
It says here 71st or 72nd.
And she drives. Oh my God! And she drove a blue car.
Allegedly.
I remember her. She had freckles. That's
And
right.
she had freckles. She had a Lexus. And,
Danny Diablo, you're getting closer to the prize.
You are almost
Elmo
in the prize. I mean,
has a prize for you.
You do the next one, Elmo.
we got 4 more. I feel like you already have the prize, but this is like the what do you call it? This is like the
This is the
final
show-off
race.
round.
This is the show off round. Now you can just whatever. You pretty much got the prize. Here's an easy. Here's another little one for you to knock out of the park.
That's what we call a softball. In the
Yeah.
business,
in
this
the
is what we
business.
call a
Gene
softball.
Simmons.
It's Tel Aviv to Jackson Heights.
All right, and
What's his real name?
probably know that.
Hey, here's a normal last name.
No. It's actually Chaim Weiss.
Hi, Weiss. That's it.
Yeah.
God damn it! I think
John?
the prize is going to go to Sam.
John,
Hoyas.
yeah, I think he might steal it from you. John Leguizamo.
Good for Corona. Jackson Heights. Corona Jackson Heights. He looks like Scam's brother.
Oh, 2 more. Joe Pesci.
No, Jersey.
Yeah, yep. Jersey. Frank Sinatra.
Jersey.
There you go. And
Yeah.
we have a winner. 100%.
We got a winner.
100%. Not one
Danny
wrong.
Diablo.
I can't even. Let me get you your prize. It's in my kitchen. Hold on.
We're gonna get you Lemmy's $2,000.
Oh, fucked up. I always feel.
Allegedly.
Don't look. My friend, my brother, Mr. Lord Ezec, Danny Diablo, Daniel Singer, a World's Fair Cup.
Nice.
Nothing is more Queens than
There you
this.
go. That's it.
Thank you, Elmo.
That is for you.
That's for you.
There's
it.
nothing more Queens than that.
Everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner. on it.
We all go home happy.
Everybody's a winner on it. Fi World the World podcast. All right, so we'll get through the game show and we're gonna finish out this podcast because we've been having a blast. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Danny Diablo, Danny Singer. You know what's funny?
Daniel.
That I saw your Facebook page and it said Danny Singer, and I thought it was a fake page because I was like, he's not gonna name himself Danny Singer. He's a singer.
We
So
get
it
it.
was a fake page, so
We
I
get it,
never
bro. You
requested
sing.
it.
Yeah, bro, you sick.
But the name of the podcast is If I Ruled the World. So we always pose the question to our guests: if you ruled the world, what would that look like?
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
Love 'em, baby.
I rule the world. If I ruled the world, it'd be a little chaotic. It'd be like chaotic, but also be it'll be like the cyclone in Coney Island. Like it's old and shit, but fucking, like you think shit, like everything has to be fucking new to be crazy, stuff like that. Old school fucking cyclone will pull you back out. You'd be like, oh shit, to get off that right, like that shit was fucking nuts. That's how it be. That's how the Diablo world will be.
All right, so
I'll take it.
yeah, definitely. So if you ruled the world, it would be like the Cyclone from Brooklyn and not Queens.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you'd be like Arthur Ashe, Tennessee. Right? Think about it. No, but I'm saying like. I'm last of the Mohicans, bro. You know what I mean? My time person, like
The last of the Mohicans.
The Mohicans.
Come on, let's go. You know, Carlito's way.
So I'm the last of my kind. The kids nowadays are fucking. You know what I mean? It's a dying it's a dying breed. You know, it's like remember when metalheads were this, hey, dude. Now the metalhead guys are skinny jeans, like on a thing, like hey guys. It's crazy. The whole it's like there's no more like Long Island and no matter how crazy it was, Long Island, New York City in the 80s, the night like mid 90s, people were still fucking crazy.
Right.
The kids were crazy, bro. Like going to the show, 89 to the fucking Ritz. It was like you see Biohazard and fucking Slayer. You know people were getting killed. It was like fucked up. Someone's getting beat up, teeth are gone, lawsuits, fucking jail time. You know that one show is gonna fuck someone up for the next 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? In that world.
89.
You know, the suicide tennis playing, people were getting killed outside. Bikers were fighting skinheads. We didn't care about politics. It was like, this shit is fucking nuts, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you ruled the world, that's where we're gonna go.
It would be, you know what? You're like, you go the second, you'd be like, what the fuck happened, boy? You go right, go to the end of the night, you go to bed, you smile. Oh, that's great.
Okay. So real quick before
And we'd steal Lemmy's money.
Before we end it, just tell us what to check out. I know you have 2 records.
Oh shit!
It was what is it?
I got the Crackson Heights project on Danny Diablo. It's out on Force Fire Records, Eternal Sound Records. I got FTW For the Wicked mixtape out right now. Check it out. Fuck the World, For the Wicked mixtape. FTW is me, Tony Slippers, and Script Keeper. It's fucking amazing. I got
Dollars Make Sense.
Yeah, Dollars Make Sense came out on Knives Out Records.
Wow.
You go to the Danny Diablo Bandcamp.com or go to, and buy some New York City Writers bigcartel.com for my merch. I got a mixtape coming out with DJ J Ronan, who's my manager. All my Danny Diablo stuff is coming out, and it's called what's it called, babe? Oh, Diablo's Way mixtape, like Carlito's
My
Way.
baby, he means you. Elmo.
Yes, honey.
I got what else? I got
And a new band.
New band coming out. We don't have a name, but it's like Machine Head meets Pantera. So it's good. So basically, I'm just going doing my shit. Gonna be touring. That's it. Just want to tour, make money, and fucking hopefully, buy a house and have start a family. My lady Alexandra over there, Rose, and I'm sorry about that. and just like be in my son's life as much as possible. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for doing
Awesome.
it. Thank you, Elmo, for
Thank you, Elmo.
making
Thank
it
you, guys.
happen
Thank you so much,
and
bro.
everything.
Thank you,
So,
Elmo. Thank
nice
you.
meeting you. Nice meeting. I'm sorry. I forgot her name.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Alexandra. It just storms off.
That's a nickname, Storm.
So awesome. Thank you.
If I ruled the world.